How did one man go from coding in his bedroom to building a $40 billion empire that would change the world of finance forever? This isn't just a story about money. It's about vision, persistence, and betting big on an idea almost no one understood. This is the story of Brian Armstrong, the founder of Coinbase. Our story begins not in a flashy Silicon Valley office, but in the quiet suburbs of San Jose, California. From a young age, Brian was a tinkerer. While other kids were playing outside, he was fascinated by computers. He wasn't just playing games. He was trying to understand how they worked, how the code created these digital worlds. This early passion for technology wasn't just a hobby. It was the foundation of everything to come. He taught himself programming languages like Java and CSS, building websites for small local businesses, earning a little cash on the side. This early entrepreneurial spark showed he wasn't just a tech whiz. He was a problem solver. After high school, Brian headed to Rice University in Texas, where he double majored in computer science and economics. This combination was crucial. He wasn't just learning how to build things. He was learning about how markets work, how value is created and exchanged. This dual perspective would later give him a unique advantage in the world of finance and technology. During his time at university, he even spent a year in Buenos Aires, Argentina. There, he witnessed firsthand the devastating effects of hyperinflation on an economy. He saw how people's life savings could be wiped out almost overnight, a powerful lesson that stuck with him. He realized the traditional financial system was fragile and often failed the very people it was supposed to serve. After graduating, Brian landed a job at Deloitte as a consultant, but the corporate world wasn't for him. The slow pace and bureaucracy felt restrictive. He yearned for a place where he could build and innovate at high speed. So he made a leap to a place that was the exact opposite: Airbnb. This was back when Airbnb was still a young, scrappy startup. As a software engineer, Brian was thrown into the deep end. He worked on the payment systems, dealing with the complex challenge of sending money to 190 different countries. He saw how inefficient and expensive the traditional banking system was. With its high fees, slow transfers, and endless regulations, it was a logistical nightmare. Then, in 2010, everything changed. Brian stumbled upon a white paper written by the mysterious Satoshi Nakamoto. The paper was titled Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. As he read it, the pieces started to click into place. He saw a solution to the problems he had been grappling with at Airbnb. A decentralized global currency that wasn't controlled by any bank or government. It could be sent anywhere in the world, almost instantly, with minimal fees. It was the answer to the inflation he saw in Argentina and the payment friction he experienced at Airbnb. For Brian, this wasn't just a cool new technology, it was a revolution. He was completely captivated. But there was a huge problem. At the time, buying Bitcoin was incredibly difficult. It was a process for hardcore techies, involving complicated software and shady online exchanges. It was intimidating and inaccessible to the average person. Brian saw the gap. He realized that for this revolution to succeed, someone needed to make it easy, safe, and trustworthy for everyone to get involved. If Bitcoin was going to be the future of money, it needed a user-friendly front door. And he decided he would be the one to build it. Working nights and weekends while still at Airbnb, Brian started coding a prototype. He was creating a platform where anyone could buy and sell Bitcoin with just a few clicks, just like using a regular online bank. He called it Coinbase. In 2012, he took a massive risk. He quit his stable, well-paying job at Airbnb to go all in on his idea. Many people thought he was crazy. Bitcoin was still an obscure, fringe concept associated with dark web activities. But Brian had conviction. He applied to the prestigious startup accelerator, Combinator, and got in. This was a major turning point. He received seed funding and invaluable mentorship. It was also at Combinator that he met his co-founder, Fred Ehrsam, a former Goldman Sachs trader who shared his vision for the future of crypto. The early days of Coinbase were a grind. They worked out of a small shared apartment in San Francisco, coding, answering customer support emails, and trying to convince a skeptical world that digital currency was the future. They faced immense challenges. Banks were reluctant to work with them, regulators were suspicious, and the public was largely clueless about what Bitcoin even was. They had to build everything from scratch, not just the technology, but the trust. Their philosophy was simple: security and ease of use above all else. They wanted to be the Google for cryptocurrency, the the most trusted and accessible name in the space. Slowly but surely, their bet paid off. As interest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies grew, more and more people flocked to Coinbase. It became the go-to platform for beginners entering the crypto world. They navigated market crashes, regulatory hurdles, and security threats, always prioritizing their users' safety. Brian's leadership was steady. He wasn't the flamboyant type of CEO often seen in Silicon Valley. He was calm, analytical, and relentlessly focused on the long-term mission to create a more open financial system for the world. Then came April 14, 2021. This was the day Coinbase went public on the NASDAQ stock exchange. It was a landmark moment not just for the company but for the entire cryptocurrency industry. It signaled that crypto had finally arrived on the main stage of global finance. On that day, the company was valued at an astonishing $86 billion, and Brian Armstrong, the kid who started coding in his bedroom, officially became a billionaire. His journey from a solo coder with an idea to the CEO of a publicly traded company was complete. Brian Armstrong's story is a testament to the power of seeing the future before it happens. He didn't invent Bitcoin, but he built the bridge that allowed millions of people to cross over into this new digital economy. He saw a complex, intimidating technology and made it simple and accessible. It's a story about taking a huge risk on a radical idea and having the persistence and vision to see it through, transforming not only his own life but the very definition of money itself. His journey proves that sometimes the most revolutionary ideas are the ones that simply make things easier for everyone.